Today we just try to continue talk the story about the central bank. Last week we already talked something about a commercial bank and the banking system as well. And today we just continue try to show you something about the central bank. And here in e-learning, I also provided some information for you. I hope you can go back to connect. Okay, so in the wiki, you can see what is the central bank. Okay, so in the central bank, actually, in a different country, they maybe have the different name. Okay, some country they just drop the central bank directly, but another country maybe provide the reserve bank or provide the bank of the country. Okay, and so here we also can see. So, for example, in Singapore, how to say?
Monetary Authority of Singapore.
So it is Singapore.
Yes.
So maybe we check for you, okay?
MAS.
Yeah, here. This is the Singapore Central Bank, okay? And about Taiwan. And Taiwan, we can see this is Taiwan. Taiwan we call Central Bank of Republic of China, Taiwan. Okay. And how about Italy? Italy, how to say? Italy, okay. So now you belong to the European Central Bank, okay. And so many, maybe have some country they just put the national name directly, like Japan. Okay, Japan they call the Bank of Japan, or maybe have some like Indonesia. Okay, we call Bank of Indonesia. So. And like the American, we call American, I think it's US, okay? So American, they just call Federal Reserve system. This is in America, okay? And like the UK, actually they call Bank of England. And now, they already exit to the European unit. Okay, so this the central bank. If you are interested, then you can try to see or try to compare at the different name. Okay, so can you get this point? So another. So we just try to see the central bank or reserve bank or the monetary authority. Okay, actually they got the same meaning of the central bank. Okay, so and here we just try to know something about history. Okay, so the previous to the 17th century. Okay. Most money was commodity money, and after that become the gold or silver, the money, okay, and the paper money. So here you can look. They got a long history. It's from the Bank of England, okay. I think this is the number one in the entire world. From the 1694 they provide the first central bank in the entire world. Okay, and here we just try to know the name of the central bank. Okay, some country they just put the bank of the national name. Okay, and all have the reserve bank. And now we also try to know something about European Central Bank. So how many members are in the European unit? 28 or 29 or 27? You don't know? Just check. Okay? How many central bank? I mean the European Central Bank, because I think last year is 28, but after the British exit, so now I think only 27 members of the European unit. Okay, so and then the central bank, we need to know about the function of the central bank. Okay, they can do anything or 28 or 27?
Currently 27.
I'm not quite sure. Okay, so first we need to know about the monetary policy. Okay, so do you know or someone dropped the topic, talk something about European financial crisis? Someone talk something about financial crisis in European? You design this topic. Or do you know the key problem in European? What's problem they have? Not really. I mean, you can imagine European unit like American, but actually they are different with American. Because American, they have the central government, local government. Okay, so the central government or local government, they can understand about the monetary policy and the fiscal policy, all controlled by central government. Okay.
So yeah, in Europe is that we don't have our government cannot control. But
Yeah.
it's the European Union.
Exactly.
European Central Bank.
So European unit, the central bank, they only control monetary policy. They cannot control fiscal policy because you are not the central government. So each government or each country all are equal. So we cannot say, oh, Germany is central government in European, or France is central government in European. So how do you think? One day, if the Germany becomes central government, can you accept? Can you agree?
It will not become because we are a union.
Yes, I know, but just imagine. Yeah, because the Germany always number one. Okay, they pay a lot of attention, effort, so they got a higher achievement in economic development. Okay, and second one maybe France. So I'm not sure you come from Italy or you come from Spain. How about Spain? Spain is stronger or not? Or like Portuguese? I'm not sure. Most people concern how to become a strong country or not in your society. You come from Spain. How about the Spanish people, their idea? I mean, if the Germany become number one, Germany control all the European unit, are you happy or not?
In Spain, we are not happy. Not really. Economically talking, we are getting better, but we were really bad, like because of the crisis in 2008.
So I mentioned before, do you know the figures? 5 figures.
Figures?
Yeah, you don't know? I told before. I mean the Greece financial crisis.
Greece.
One is the Portuguese, okay? I is Italy, okay? Or Iris, Iceland,
Island.
yeah, Ireland. And G is Greece,
And
S is Spain. And these five countries always got a
Yeah.
financial crisis,
Yes.
okay? So in the newspaper just provide say this is the five figures. Yeah, you hear before or not?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so it's very important about Greece, okay? Greece, because Greece, the European Union asked them they must decrease the government activity or the government scale. It means they just ask the Greece officer from the government sector, they must decrease or fall down. But they cannot accept. Because if they accept, then a lot of people become unemployment. Okay? So how to solve the unemployment problem in Greece? They hope they can borrow money from European Central Bank. Okay? And then they can pass their difficult situation. But the European Central Bank, they cannot agree. Okay? So how to solve the problem for Greece? Do you have any idea? Actually, Greece is a rich country. They are not poor country. Can you believe? It's very rich.
Because of the cultural heritage.
Yeah, Europe is classical country, okay? They got so many big islands, very good natural reserves. So if the Greece people or Greece government promise to share some island or something, then they have a lot of money. But they don't like. They only waiting European Union to provide some help for them. Okay, so this is a big trouble. So okay, and the other one, Italy. Did you got any news about earthquake in Italy?
Yeah, of course.
For your hometown, is okay?
Yeah, because I live in the northeast, but the center is very, very bad.
Okay, so everything's fine?
Yeah, like for me, yes, but
Okay,
not for the rest of the population.
right. So how often or how frequency of the earthquake in Italy?
There, actually, this summer was really bad for the earthquakes. So, actually, we had 3 main earthquakes this summer, which
Okay.
were caused like hundreds of deaths.
Right.
Only this summer, but in the past there were 5 years ago one really big, and we are like a seismic earth
So
country, so
how do you know or how do you think about the reconstruction? Only depending on Italy people or also have some help from the overseas or
I think
anything?
we have help from the Europe.
Right.
Yeah. we
Okay.
have.
So now already reconstructed
I
or
don't think so.
oh really? Okay. Yeah. So actually for the financial situation also not so good in Italy actually.
No, it's bad because like they continue, so
So Italy all want to exit.
no.
No? No, I mean now it's split exit, okay? And Italy, how to say, or exit? No? And then European Union broke.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? So you don't have to exit?
It's not about exit or stay in. It's about how we can make the Europe work.
Right.
It's different than the,
So how
because
about,
even if we exit, we don't solve the problem.
okay, so Spain exit or not?
No.
Why not? You won't have a big family, or you won't have a small family.
If we exit, then we're done.
No, like I mean, like Singapore exit.
I don't think the exit
Yeah,
is ever. I don't think the exit is ever good. Not even for British people who right now they are out of the Union European. I think it's not good for them and it's not good for us.
Right.
So why?
So in person, you prefer nuclear family or the big family? Big family. So many people you can join, share together, and enjoy all the life. Okay, more peaceful. Okay, but if you become the nuclear family or the small family, more individual, so more independent. Okay, but actually now we also got the same trouble in Taiwan. You know, how do you think Taiwanese is Chinese or not? Because you are foreign people, maybe your idea is more neutrality. How do you think? Taiwanese is Chinese or Chinese equal to Taiwanese or not equal?
None of them. Taiwan is Taiwan, China is China. Just like that.
So
Taiwan
you-
is independent from China. It's hardly independent of China.
So you,
Taiwan is not China.
so you prefer Taiwan become more independent?
No, it's just, it's not like I prefer or not. I think it's like it is right now. Taiwan doesn't have to be China.
But Taiwan dependent on China so much. We need the marketing, we need the resource, we need everything. So, did you hear last day? We had the Trans-Asia airline. They quit. Did you hear this information? This is the Trans-Asia airline quit.
But why? Who doesn't want?
What do you mean that it disappeared?
Finish.
But why?
Yeah, stop.
Why? Because they don't have money.
In Taiwan?
Yeah, in Taiwan.
Is it a big trouble?
Yeah, we got a big trouble
But
because you know more than 100,000 people they order the ticket, then they must stop to change, stop and change, okay? And actually more than 753 workers lost their job. Okay, employers. It's represent 1,753 family lost economics support. So this is a big trouble. Maybe after 1 month, 1 year, this influence will extend. Okay, and then all the Taiwanese society, a lot of people will go to the outside to reject the government or complain to government, and then waste a lot of resources. And why this airline company they make this decision? And do you know what is the possible reason? It represents their business lost a lot of money every day. They lost, I think, every day they lost 50 million NT dollars every day. Every day. Okay. They bought. Nobody use airplane.
how do they lose that amount, those amount of money?
because our new government policy, we don't welcome Chinese people come to Taiwan for traveling. So nobody take the airline. So airline ticket is quite cheaper, but nobody use.
But they just work from China to Taiwan.
They are main regions, more than 40%. 40% depending on China. But now the Chinese people, they don't come here, so nobody use this airline. So the airline, not any value. But every day they need to spend a lot of cost.
But the translation was from China or from?
This is the special for the domestic. It's not the for international airline. It is special for the domestic airline, and then they all want to do more investment. So they spend a lot of money, but they're ineffective. Okay? So they lost a lot of money. Every day they lost more than 15 million NT dollars. Okay? So they are both just make decision also or quick. Because now their assets larger than their ability. Their assets, okay? Their assets, this company, this airline company, their assets have the maybe how to say, maybe this is million, okay? Their assets and their liability. Okay, they had the maybe 180 billion. So now they calculate they had the 75 million. This is for the net value. Okay, their capital. So the boss just consider they will use $7,500 million to do some compensation for the traveling people and their employees. But actually, maybe this is not enough. Okay? Because this money maybe belong to the bank. Okay? So I mean, this is big trouble. So I would like to talk. This is something wrong for the financial situation. So if Taiwan exit China, not good for Taiwanese people actually. Okay, so I'm actually for my person, I would very confused. Confused for what? I can say I'm Chinese. What is Taiwanese? Taiwan is just small. I'm very proud of for the traditional Chinese culture. Chinese culture very great. Okay, so I'm not sure like Michael Jackson. Can you imagine Michael Jackson? Someone know Michael Jackson? He is a black person, but he always like to become white person. Can you imagine? He's a black person. How to change it to the white person? And lost his mind. It's the same idea. I'm Chinese, so why I can say I'm not Chinese? Maybe I want to be American people, but next generation. And now, okay? Now I'm Chinese, okay? But this Chinese, what's different with China, the Chinese? We need to say, okay, in Taiwan, we are all Chinese, but we got a higher level. What's a higher level? We got a freedom, we use the democracy. We can do a lot of election, okay? Or maybe we can provide a more good lifestyle to China, but we cannot say, oh, we independent with China. Can you get my point? So the Chinese people, they look Taiwan, everything is advanced. But Taiwan look Chinese, everything is shortage. This is unfair, actually. So you can look, if you look someone advanced, then you can go faster, you can get a higher improvement. But if you look someone, always look their shortage, then you will be fall down. Can you get my point? So actually, I think the Chinese people also prefer to look or to find a good lifestyle. And Taiwanese, you cannot say, oh, I'm very, very, very proud, very smart. No, not smart, not proud. So I told you before, can you imagine? Did you remember I write down, how to say? Can you understand? I mentioned before the animal, small animal, in summer, okay? We cannot talk something about nose, okay? Snow, because they never find. They never find. They cannot understand. Or, how to say? How to say? It's a fork. Yeah. What is right? This word is right?
F-R-O-G. F-R-O-G.
It's right? Everybody all know this word? Okay? Because this animal only sit there, hold the light. They never go to the outside. So they never see about the sea. Okay? So I only hope the Taiwanese people, we need to learn, open our mind, open our side. Okay? Now the China already got a higher achievement in economic development. It's different with the 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Okay? So everybody, we need to go, you need to check a different period. They already a big change. Okay? So we cannot only step there and then we just say, oh, Taiwan is very proud. No. So we need to go do our attention or pay our efforts to look more advantage from another area. Okay? So can you get my point? So I'm not sure, for example, in your class, if you look your friend had a higher achievement and then you follow them, then you will also can get a higher achievement. If every day you only complain, your roommate, you are anything, they did something wrong, and you are not so happy, and you waste your time, waste your resource. So, can you get this point? Yeah, so I hope one day the Taiwan can continue, got a higher achievement, but we need to try to do more cooperation with China. And then we also need to share some good experience to China, okay? So we don't need to waste time for this argument and lose a lot of opportunity of business, okay? So this is my idea. So any comment or any different idea? So here we just go back to see. So for the for the central bank, the first job they need to have the issue, the currency, okay? And they have the special goal. First, how to provide a higher employment, okay? So, I'm not sure, do you know about the unemployment? The unemployment, they have so many different styles, okay? So sometimes we call friction unemployment, and we also have the structural unemployment, or we also have the involuntary unemployment. So, do you know? Do you know about how to make the definition of unemployment or unemployment? Okay. Actually, when we make the definition of the employment, they would have the three conditions. Okay. First is the you have the willing to work, willing to work, okay? And the second, you have ability to work. And the third, you need to have the opportunity to work, okay? If you can check, if you have willing, try to find a job, you have ability to do this job, and you have the opportunity to do this job. If you can combine these three things, then we call employment. Okay? And for the unemployment, it means you lost one condition. For example, if you only have the this is we also can separate. This is voluntary unemployment. Do you know what is voluntary unemployment? Voluntary unemployment, what does it mean? They only have the 2 and 3. So we call these people is lazy. Okay? Lazy people. Because he had ability to work, but he didn't like. He had opportunity to work, but he didn't like. So we call this as voluntary unemployment. And the second, what is involuntary unemployment?
That you have the 1 and 2 but not 3.
Exactly. They have the situation, maybe A. A situation is mean they have the 2 different kinds. They only have the 1 and the 3. And the B, they only have the 1 and the 2. So we need to try to find the possible reason and provide the correct policy. So for example, this is voluntary unemployment. If case 1, case A, okay, they only have the willing and the opportunity, but they are not ability. So the government have the higher responsibility to provide some practice or some training. The government can provide some training, okay? And then to improve their ability, okay? And the case 2 is mean if they only have the willing ability, no opportunity. So the government, they need to create opportunity, okay? What do you mean? They need to provide the government spending government, they need to provide a lot of opportunity for the people to have a job. Okay, so the government can provide more government spending. Maybe they can make more airport or street or road, and then they can create more opportunity for the job. Okay, so this is what we call voluntary unemployment. Okay, so here you can see this is involuntary unemployment. Okay, so I mean for the central bank, they need to provide some policy, and the first goal is provide higher employment for the people. Okay, so if you are interested, you can connect. This is John Keynes. This is a very famous book, the general theory of employment, interest rate, and money. Okay, so you just connect this website, and we have a break, 10 minutes, and please come back again. Okay, so we just continue. I mentioned again, someone you draw your name for the presentation or not. Okay, if you are not to draw your name, please put your name at this table. Okay, and we just try to see. So for the monetary policy or the central bank, they got different goals. One is for higher employment, and the second is that the price stability. Price stability, it means we don't like to have inflation. Okay, so if for the economic situation we got the inflation, then this is not good for our real life. And the third is for the economic growth. Okay, we hope growth like the GNP or GDP can increase better than before. Okay, so but actually for this goal, sometimes they cannot get both. Maybe we have one or two goals, and maybe those are in other situations. So here they just try to use the policy instrument. The policy instrument like they can use the open marketing operation, or they also can provide some credit policy, or the term repurchased. So here they have some index they can check. So first is for the interest rate. Okay, interest rate. So actually for the real life, they got so many different interest rates. They have the savings rate, borrowing rate, or the long term or short term. They got so many different kinds. Here we also can try to see about the marginal lending rate. Okay, so they just compare a fixed rate for the institution to borrow money from the central bank. Okay, so if the people want borrow money, and then the people maybe they need to pay discount rate, and if the commercial bank they want to borrow money from the central bank, they need to pay discount rate. rediscount rate. Okay, so the rediscount rate will become to a monetary instrument as well. So can we get this point? So here we just try to see. This is for the commercial bank, okay? And this is for the central bank, okay? And this is for the people, okay? If people they want to borrow money or they use some some check want to change to money, maybe they need to pay. This is we call this is discount rate. Discount rate, okay. And if the commercial bank they want to borrow money from the central bank, they need to pay a discount rate, okay. So for example, if the discount rate 5% and the rediscount rate, for example, 3%. So the commercial bank they would like try to do this business because if they can lend the money to people, then they have the 5% for the revalue. And then they borrow money from the central bank, they only pay 3% for the cost. So this is, and then they would let the money supply increase. If the discount rate, for example, increase to 7%, okay, to 7%, and then the money supply would be decreased. So I mean the central bank they can use the rediscount rate become monetary instrument. So can you get this point? This is represent if people they want to borrow money from the commercial bank, then they must pay discount rate 5%. And if a commercial bank they want to borrow money from a central bank, they need to pay rediscount rate. And the central bank they can adjust adjustment for the rediscount rate 3% or 7%. If 3% is mean this is represent their revalue, this is represent their cost for the commercial bank. Okay, this is for the this is revalue, and this is for the cost. Okay, I mean the discount rate become revalue, and the rediscount rate discount rate, okay, become a cost for the commercial bank, okay. So you can check if the value larger than cost, then they would prefer try to do these things, and then they can let money supply increase. Or if the government let the rediscount rate increase to 7%, then they will let the money supply decrease. So I mean the rediscount rate they all become to monetary instrument. Okay, so I think this is all important. So here you can look, and the second, you also can see the open marketing operation. This is all important. This is for the, I mean, This is what we call open marketing operation. I mean, for the monetary instrument, actually this is the best. Because for the central bank, they prefer use this policy. Because this policy is more, I mean, they don't need depending on another one. Because like the discount rate, sometimes this is only announce the effect, okay? And actually this can more automatically, or they can control by central bank. So actually the open marketing operation in all the monetary instrument, this is the best, okay? So you need to know why, okay? So here, open marketing operation, central bank influence the money supply in an economy. So each time it buys securities such as a government bond or treasury bill, or they also can buy another stock, okay? And then they can create money supply. And if they want to change the money for the security, increase the money supply, or they can try to manage. If they share, for example, they can use the policy, okay? They can sell securities, okay? And then they can let the money supply decrease. Or they can buy securities, and then they can let the money supply increase. Okay, so I think how to use the buyer and the share to change the money supply. So I think this is all important. Okay, so I just try to show you this situation. So sometimes we can buy and selling the securities. We call direct operation, okay? And the other, maybe we also can use the indirect operation, okay, to change the money supply as well. And the next, we use the capital requirement. So the bank, central bank, they can ask all the commercial bank, they must have the capital adequacy, okay? So sometimes we call this partial capital account, okay? So you can try to see. And the next, we call this is reserve requirement. When the people save the money in the commercial bank, and then the central bank, we ask all the different deposit, different savings, they must provide the reserve requirement, okay? Maybe 10% or 15%, okay? This has become reserve requirement. So this is all the job. This is by the government. And the other, maybe the central bank also need to control about the exchange rate, okay? Because the different country use the different currency. So how to exchange, okay? So they need to design. This is the fixed exchange rate, or flexible or floating exchange rate, maybe some different. Another way, actually, for the central bank, they also have some limitation on policy effect. Okay, so sometimes the central bank, although they can provide so many different monetary policies, but they also have some limits. Okay, And the next, we also try to know the central bank also doing another job is for the banking supervision and other activities. Okay, so but it's more important for all the central bank. They have a special characteristic is for independence. Because the government they control the resource, but for the central bank always more independence because if the government they just let the money supply increase, then this country will become unstable. So the central bank they must have a special law is special for the independence. So I think this is more important. So you can check. So here you can see what is in independence. You can look. One is legal independence. It goal independence, operation independence, management independence. Okay, so they can get the money policy more independent. Okay, so this is all important. So I think if you have time, you just to see this website and see more all the details. Okay, and okay, so here we also try to see this chapter. If you go to the e-learning or go to the textbook, you can see the chapter 40. Last week we already mentioned about chapter 9, talk something about a commercial bank or the banking system. And here, this is the special for the central banks, a global perspective. Okay, so you can see this chapter consider the structure and the activity of the central banks, focusing primarily on the Federal Reserve System of the U.S. Okay, actually this is the central bank in USA. Okay, and here we also try to know the historic content of development of the Federal Reserve System. And we also try to describe some key feature and function of the Federal Reserve System. And we also try to assess the degree of independence of the Federal Reserve and summarize the argument for and against the independence of the Federal Reserve, because some person for, some person against, and some advantage, some disadvantage. So we need to know. And next, we also identify the ways in which the theory of the theoretical behavior can help explain the Federal Reserve action. And the next, we also try to know something about European Central Bank. Okay, actually, the structure and independence is similar with the American Federal Reserve System, but the big difference is American Central Bank is one country, but the European Central Bank is for 27 countries, so it is different. So how to manage? The currency? Okay. So do you any idea about Italy currency and Spain currency? What's different in European? Yeah, any
You mean
currency?
previously before Europe?
No. Now.
Now it's the same.
No, not same. Do you have any?
Like you can buy more things in Spain with
Yeah,
with 1 euro than
do you have a note?
You mean between Spain and Taiwan?
No.
Spain and
Italy and Spain.
It's the same.
Do you have any European dollar? Can you read and check?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, not the
yes,
two
yes,
sides.
yes.
One side the same, all European
Okay, yes.
central bank, but the other side, yeah. And actually, this is
In Spain,
control.
the face of the,
yeah,
of
it
the old king.
yeah, because the note have the two sides. Okay. Do you have money?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would you like? The ladies from Spain, do you have money?
No,
No money?
I have received.
I have different countries.
No. Yeah. The coin all different. Yeah. I mean, you can check the sign, two sign, okay? Okay. I mean, one sign is the same, the other sign is different. Okay, so I'm not sure. You can check in particular for your note, okay? Paper, your paper may be easy to check.
I think that the paper, I don't know, I have that option.
Yeah,
But I don't know
because
if the paper-
actually, although you are not the co-central bank in Spain, okay? Yeah, so if possible, you can go back and you can check, or you can check from the website. You can see some difference, okay? So here we just try to assess the degree of independence of the other major central bank around the world, okay? So here this is American, okay? So you just try to see some story about America, okay? And here, I mean the structure of the Federal Reserve System is more important, including these foreigner entities, okay? So first is for the Federal Reserve Banks, okay? And the second, the board of the governor of the Federal Reserve System. And third is we call, this is the Federal Open Marketing Committee. And the Federal Advisory Council. So you can see around 2,900 member commercial banks. Because in American it's a unit the banking system, okay? So it's a very small bank. So the total you can see at the 2,900 members. So you also can try to see about the Federal Reserve Bank. Actually, in American, this is belong to the private, okay? So although they controlled by government, but actually they are owned by private commercial banks. So this is quite different, okay? So if possible, you also can try to see the structure of the Federal Reserve Banks, okay? So you can see maybe at the 3A, 3B, or 3C, and they have the different structure. So the 9th director appoint the president of the bank, okay? So subject to approve by board of the governor. So you also can try to see this American system. So next, we just see this is more important for the function of the Federal Reserve system or the Federal Reserve banks. Okay. So first, they need to clean check. Okay. The second, issue the new currency. So in particular, currency is not only used in American, they also use in European or in Asian country as well. And the third is withdraw damaging currency from the circulation, okay? And the fourth administrator and make discount loan to the bank and in their districts, okay? And the next is evaluate proposal, margins, and application for the bank to expand their activity. So this is the special for the function of the Federal Reserve banks. So the basic is control the money supply. So the next chapter we will talk something about money supply, how to manage or how to control or how to create. So this is all important, okay? And so here, just try to know about the function. They also act as the liaison between the business and the community and the Federal Reserve System, okay? And he also has some job to examine the bank holding company and the state cotton member bank. And the next, they also need to collect the data on local business condition and use the staff or the professional economists to research the topic related to the conduct or the monetary policy. So actually they pay a lot of attention, pay a lot of fees, try to do more research to control American system, okay? So I'm not sure, do you have any idea about the new president in American? Now he just mentioned he will change their policy. For example, they don't like TPP. Do you know about the TPP?
Yes.
Yeah, it's about the especially in Asia option, this area, to do more international trade. In particular, they can provide more benefit for each other. But the new president in American, he will reject. He didn't like because he changed his policy. He only concerned American benefit. He didn't like concern the global benefit again. Okay, but this is possible or not? Or just make a joking? How do you think? If he say he didn't like, he won't go back to America. Actually, this is good for China. Okay, because China will control all the Asian countries, including the fiscal option as well. Okay, so you can look the Philippine president. He is very smart. Okay, maybe someone look him very crazy, but actually he is smart. So he already know he would like to reconstruct a good relationship with China. Okay, and then they can get the more benefit from China. Okay, so yeah, that I mean this is a new story. Okay, new policy. So actually, for the Taiwanese government, we did the wrong decision because we hope we can make more good relationship with American and Japan. But American quite far away with Taiwan, you know, and China is very near to Taiwan. Okay, if we break the relationship with China, then Taiwan we got a big trouble. So we hope our new government can come down and reconsider again how to find a good policy for the Taiwanese society. Okay, so can we go to the point? So I think this is more important. If possible, you need to go back to check all the function. Okay, all the function of the Federal Reserve banks. Okay, I think this is more useful. And so here we also try to see about the monetary policy. Okay, so the directors establish the discount rate. Okay, or they need to design the re-discount rate as well. Okay, and design which bank can obtain the discount loan. And the other way, they also try to see some commercial bank from each district to server of the Federal Advisory Council. Okay, so and they need to use about the open marketing committee. They use the open marketing operation. They can control all the marketing situation. So, and the other, this is according to American story. Maybe you just check, it's okay. So, here, the chairman or their organizers, you just check. And the other way, we also try to know how independent is the Fed. Okay, so we talk the instrument and the goal independence. So we talked before about the legal independence, management independence, or so many things that we are independent. Okay, so we need to know about all the situation they can control by the central bank. So here we also try to do some the case study. Okay, maybe some person suggests the central bank be independent, and some against independent. So maybe have the two both the idea. For example, if they support independent, but then we got some trouble about inflation bias. And if not independent, because maybe they need to combine with the fiscal policy, okay? And then they also need to depend on a lot of the government sector. They can get together, okay? So sometimes they need to argue or how to keep the balance for the situation. So you also can see. And after that, we also try to explain the central bank the behavior. Okay, so sometimes we need to fighting or avoid conflict, a more powerful group. Okay, so how to let more independent. And the next, we also try to see about the European Central Bank. Okay. The European Central Bank, they start from 1999, January, and actually the European Central Bank, the system is quite similar with American. They also have the different, for the monetary policy for the country of the member of the European. Okay, but actually, the European Central Bank controlled by Germany and France because they got more power or they share more economic stakes in this community. Okay, so yeah, because in Germany, they pay more contribution. So after that, they also get more benefit. Okay, and if another members, like Romania or some country actually their economic situation not so good, so they need to depend on the European unit, and then they only follow their direction. Okay, so it's very difficult to argue. Okay, because the main power or main contribution controlled by Germany and France. So you can see why the British, they need to make a decision to exit. Do you know why the British exit European Union or what? Because the British only concerned, they pay a lot of contribution, but they cannot have more benefit. Okay, so they make the decision they want to exit. Okay, so I'm not sure for another members how do you think the British exit European Union? It's good for European Union or not? Do you have any idea? Maybe this is the British their job, but for another neighbors, maybe you also concern this situation. Okay. If British can get together, but the key problem, the British until now they only use the sterling. They are not use the European Union, European currency. Okay, so the two different currency system. So it's quite similar with the one family. Your partner, you also keep your money directly. So how do you think one day if you marry, you share the money with your partner or not? Or say, oh no, I earn my money only for my use. You earn the money for your use. How to organize this or how to construct a good family? How do you think? One day you earn the money.
I think you will have to share.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not everything, but if you get married to him and
So-
you have kids, you need to share because the expenses are going to be.
So the British, they don't like to share, so they make decision to divorce. Can you understand? Yeah, they are not sincerely get together. So after that, they would divorce in secret. Okay? So one day when you construct a new family, you need to share all the things together. You cannot say, oh, this is yours, this is mine, and then it's very difficult. So remember, it's very difficult for you when you marry. First 3 months and 6 months is very challenging for the new partner. Do you know why? First 3 months to the first 6 months, because you cannot believe for each other. Okay, so you cannot share all the assets, all the money, get together. But after half a year, you already manage all the things, then you can get together. Okay, so I mean like the British the story. Okay, actually British married with the European Union more than 10 years, but they cannot use the one currency. So I provide this example. Can you understand? Yeah, because they cannot believe for each other, so they cannot keep the good relationship for each other, and then they make the decision to divorce. Okay. So yeah, and then you also can look the structure and independence of the European Central Bank. Okay. So the monetary unit central bank from each country play similar role as the federal banks. Okay, so in the 2013, the get together have the 28 European member states. Okay, but now I think Actually, they all have a different degree, different level. I remember in the European unit, they separate three different type, Okay, so if someone you are interested, try to know more about the European unit. You can see in European, 28 countries get together, but first level, they use the same currency and follow European unit. Okay, this is level 1. Level 2, they agree. They can let the people, they can be all flexible, all freedom. But maybe they use the currency, they provide some confusion. Okay, and the third level, like the UK, they use the different currency. So how do you think like the Sweden? Sweden use the European currency or not? Sweden? No? Or the Norway, Denmark? Yeah, and Norway. Norway not use the European currency.
Hungary didn't use it.
Yeah, maybe they, and Sweden as well. They use the different currency, but they are all members of the European
No,
Union.
they use the corona.
Yeah, so like this situation, they separate the three different levels. Okay, so if you are interested, you can check their situation. All right. So you can look only here. Here you can see only 19 countries. You look 28 European Union members, but only 19 countries use the same European currency. 19, only 19. Okay. Although they belong to the European Union members, but they use their own currency. Okay, so if you are interested, you just try to check why. Okay, you need to know why, the possible reason why they don't like to use the European currency as well, or they want their monetary policy become more independent. They want to control by themselves. Okay? Or, for example, when you grow up, you have a job. When you earn money, would you like to send your money to your parents? Or you just manage by yourself? Can you get my point? When you own a job, when you earn the money, how to keep your money or how to manage your money, you prefer send back your money to your parent manage it for you, or you can manage by yourself. How do you think? For example, 1 month you earn 3,000 European dollar, and then you prefer send back 2,700 to your parents. You only have the 300, or the other way, you can keep 2,700 and send back 300 to your parents. Do you have any responsibility to send your money to your parents? Do you need, or you can control, manage all the money by yourself? But how to feedback? Actually, you enjoy free lunch from your parents 20 years. You need to do some feedback. Do you need? In the Asian country, we got this idea. So I think in Singapore, Malaysia, or Indonesia, we all got the same valuation, because we just consider our parents provide all the economic support for us 20 years. Okay? So we need to provide some feedback to our parents. So I'm not sure in European. No, you just enjoy all the free lunch.
It's not just enjoy. When you
No, I mean, for example, if your parents got a poor economic status,
Oh yeah, of course. You have.
or if your parents got a good economic status, you don't need. Or you just bring some Christmas gift to your parents, it's enough.
Of course.
Of course.
I mean, your parents won't take money from you if they are good
Yeah.
economically.
Or your parents needed to support for you. Although you have a job, you have money.
But the support, not like economical support.
Yeah.
Like they need my love.
No, I mean, this is for the social valuation, you know. In the Asian country, most children, they have the same valuation. We just consider the parent provide the support 20 years for us. One day, if we grow up, we earn money, we prefer try to do some feedback to our parents. Okay? Maybe only little money or few money, but this is for our behavior. So here we also try to talk something about cross-cultural management, okay? Because you can look at different country, different behavior, different valuation as well. Okay, would you mind we just continue and finish early, alright?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, so nearly, alright?
And
So,
what time are we finishing?
so here you can look. In the European Central Bank, okay, they have the 19 countries use the European currency and other maybe not, okay? So if you go to the Google, you can check how about the European unit, then they can separate the 3 different levels, okay? And level 1, this is for the 19 countries, okay? And level 2, they have the different currencies. And level 3, maybe they don't use the same currency, okay? So here we also try to look, for the European Central Bank, they also have the 6 executive board, the member, okay? And they also control the open marketing of trade by the consent, okay? And they also have a new country join, and the government concern for the system location, okay? So here we also try to know how independent is the European currency, the European Central Bank, okay? So the most independent. So I mean, each month they may have the meeting and remind all the members they need to control their money supply as well. Okay, so this is we need to know. But I mean, this is the big trouble. This is big trouble for the European unit. Do you know why? Because they determine own baggage. So we thought the European unit only control central bank. It's not enough because each member they can use their own baggage. So it represents they cannot control their fiscal policy. Okay, so you can look. So and after that, you can see this the structure and independent of the other foreigner central bank. Okay, so like this is the Germany. Okay, Germany the central bank, and this is the UK. We call Bank of England, and Japan. Okay, Bank of Japan. So I also provide another, so you can, if you're interested, you can try to see here. you just go back to see. This is in the entire world, or maybe near 200 countries. 200 countries. They got a different central bank, and basically they can provide a 4 different styles. One is central bank. Okay, one is for the reserve. The Federal Reserve System, and one is for the the bank of the name in the nation, and the fourth is the bank of the national bank. Okay, the national bank so they get together. You can see this. You can check. I think it's more interesting. Okay. So you can look, the country had a big country, small country, and then they all have the more independent of the central bank. Okay, so I think this is all important. So including Africa. So if someone you are interested in, you also can mention or have someone drop this topic. Talk something about the central bank. So many different. Okay, Bank of Indonesia, or the central bank of the Costa Rica. Okay, so you just try to see because the different country, different story, and then you also can compare which one is more independent or insufficient. The resource to effect in implement monetary policy. Okay, so you also can try to see or you can compare. Actually, this is a big topic. You can try to talk more. So this is about the central bank for the story. So I hope you can go back to check the chapter 14. And the next week we will continue to talk the money supply in the chapter 15. Okay, so I hope you only have the 2 weeks to completely to draw your paper. So the lady you go to Hong Kong, you need to remember you are not the only holiday. Okay, you have the job to do. So before going to the Hong Kong, I hope you can drop your paper as soon as possible. So any question? If you have question, you just stay here. We can talk later. And if not, we just stop here. Okay? So, and remember, the Saturday is our birthday of Providence University. Okay? On Saturday morning. Okay? So Saturday morning, please join the special activity, sport activity or celebration. They provide so many activity for you. Okay, I hope everybody can enjoy and get together. Okay, so have a good time. Okay.